you win a monkey game, a funny monkey game. There we are. Have lots of fun with the funny monkey game, Holly Bridget, and well done. And now we've got something very special for you. You're going to love this. It's Kylie.
A new album, a new look, and Kylie's back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Just say that we've got a terrific competition coming up a little bit later on. Kylie's got a nice, out of the ordinary competition, I think it has to be said. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes' time.
Okay.
It's always interesting watching people's faces. We've said this time and time again when the profile goes through, and yours was no exception. I haven't seen that stuff in ages.
I know.
Is it surprising to look back on all that?
Yeah, it's surprising and a bit embarrassing, but it's good. It's nice to kind of have those memories anyway.
Why is it embarrassing?
Well, I always say that if like any of us, well, if you had to walk around with a picture when you were like 14 or 15 years old kind of plastered to your forehead, it would be very embarrassing, and I've had to kind of grow up in, well, having it be documented. So,
yeah.
Yeah. It's a little...
Documented growing up.
Yeah.
It'll haunt you forever, of course,
Probably.
won't it? Let's get straight on to the telephones and the questions, because there's a lot to do. So, first of all, it's line 1. Good morning. Who's on 1?
Hello?
Hello, who's that?
Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. Off you go with your question.
My sister and Emma and me think your clothes are great. What do you do with them after you're finished with them with your concert?
I hoard them and put them in a cupboard. Well, actually, there's some clothes that are good to give to like charity auctions or something like that. Some of them I just can't part with, because when I'm 60 years old, I'll look back and say, oh yeah, that was for this concert or that show. So generally I keep them or give them away.
What about hand-me-downs to your sister? Do you give them to your sister?
No. Well, actually I do. Yeah, I'm lying, I do. I was home for a couple of weeks a few weeks ago, and had a big bag of stuff to throw out, and of course the whole family has to go through them first before they actually leave the house.
You were going to chuck this out? I want this. You're
Exactly,
going to throw it
yeah.
in. Thanks very much for your call, Thomas. Have a nice Saturday. Lisa is here.
Do you have any plans for a new film in the near future?
Well, I was hoping to have had a film done by now, but I spent 2 months in America recording, so that was the 2 months that it would have taken to do a movie. But I hope to do one middle of next year, perhaps.
Rachel has a question. We were talking about your sister.
What do you think of your sister's acting ability?
Oh, they're getting dirty, these questions. I think she's great, but you know, it's like anyone, she's got a lot to learn. I still have a lot to learn. I mean, I think if you're a good actor, you will always keep learning. And I saw her, as I say, when I was at home, and she's doing really well. Her album's just about out, and I just wish her all the best.
She's got an album as well.
Yeah, she
I mean, it's okay competing sort of with acting ability, but when you're competing musically, that must get a bit dodgy, mustn't it?
Well, we have the same record company, so I think they're very careful not to have our singles overlap.
Is she very different to your style of music?
She recorded in New York, so it's more kind of funky, streetwise. I wrote a song on her album.
Did you?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Love Traffic.
Love Traffic.
Yeah.
On your sister's album.
Indeed.
Did she pay you for it?
She better.
Line 2, who's on 2?
Jessica.
Jessica, hi.
Hi.
Good morning, off you go.
Are you going to marry Michael Hutton?
Oh! Well, not at this stage, I'm not. I know it's been reported in the papers that we've got married, I mean, they're stupid, they get it the wrong way around. We're married, then we're engaged, then we're divorced, but then we're married and we're engaged again. So, no, I'll set the record straight. I'm not engaged, I'm not married, but we're just having the same relationship we've been having. And,
Is there
no immediate plan.
a possibility that in the future that might happen, or are you not thinking about that yet?
Well, I may get married one day. I just really don't know. I know I'll have children. I know that much.
How
Who
many?
with, I still
How
don't
many?
know. Oh, a couple.
Just a couple?
I wouldn't have just one. I'd definitely have more than one.
Okay. Thanks very much for you guys all coming out there. And thank you for your call. A terrific one. That was a good one. And
yeah, I love this. You get these poor kids to call up and ask the questions that you are probably not.
no.
Unfair.
Unfair.
Or something.
Never ever
This is the show that the press need to watch. You see.
I know.
They get all
I
these
know.
questions.
And the beauty of it is that never once have we ever asked anyone to phone up. Those are their questions. I promise you. I promise you. I may get a hint as to what's coming up, but nevertheless, I don't know what they are. Caroline.
Do you still have any childhood ambitions you want to fulfill?
Yeah. I mean, I get asked a lot, what can you do now since you've done everything? And I think that's a really silly question, because there's a lot of things I can do in this industry. Like I could go on to try directing or producing or anything. But also I have ambitions outside of music. I don't exactly know what, but if this was to end, which it very well could, then I would certainly go on to do something else.
Okay. Well, let's take another lucky dip in the phones then, shall we?
All right, I'm ready.
What's on there? Hello, who's on 3?
It's Jonathan Brown.
Jonathan
Brown from Royston.
Jonathan Brown. Welcome to the programme, and off you go.
Hello, Kylie.
Hi, how are you?
I was just wondering, as a child, were you pushed into show business by your parents?
No, that's a good question. Not at all. My parents were very supportive and gave me all the help that I needed, but they certainly weren't pushy showbiz parents. And let me tell you, I hate those parents, because there really is so many of them that like push and push their children, and I mean reprimand them if they don't win a competition or don't want to do this or that. I think that's just really wrong. So, I mean, if your parents support you and want to help you, then that's fantastic. You couldn't ask for much more, but I really don't agree with pushing you into something you're not happy to be doing.
Fair enough, a fair enough answer. Andrew.
Are you going to stick to 1960s, 70s music in the future?
Well, this single's like a novelty single. My whole album is not like that at all. It's varied. It definitely has a bit of a 70s flavour throughout a lot of it, but not to this extreme. No.
Are you a 70s fan? A fan of the fashion, or?
Well, I was born in '68, so I was just in primary school when the 70s was around, and you know, desperately wanted a massive pair of platform cork high heels, and I was in grade 6, so of course I wasn't allowed to get them. I'd just trip over and break my neck. So it's kind of a good chance for me to do it now. It's good.
And were you into the flares and the
Oh yeah, I wore tie-dye wraparound skirts to school. dare I admit.
I was going to say, so do I then, but not the skirts. I wore the tie-dye stuff. It's just important that I jumped in there and very nearly condemned myself then. Back on the phones, and who's on 4?
Victoria Glicksman.
Victoria, hello, and off you go.
Hello, Kylie.
Hi.
I was going to ask you, what do you like least of all about being famous?
Least of all, well, I guess intrusion into your private life is one of the down points of fame. I guess, you know, that's the obvious one. I mean, there's a certain amount of my private life which I openly give to the press because they like to know a bit. There's a lot that's out that I wish wasn't out, and there's a whole lot that I still have to myself. I mean, people say that, you know, if you're famous you have no private life. Well, that's not really true. I mean, if you're clever, you can have a whole lot of private life.
Thank you very much indeed for your call and your competition.
Oh, a competition, okay. Well, with this album, They're doing a limited edition with the KYLIE in gold leaf. So we're having a competition and the prize is gold leaf, record signed, framed, rah rah rah.
Question?
And the question is, which vocal group of the 70s do I refer to in my song?
Right. Oh, we better hear it as well.
Better hear it, yes.
Which vocal version of the song, in the
Vocal
song does
group.
Kylie refer to? Which vocal group? And you will get your Gold Leaf album if you win. Thank you very much indeed. Would you like to pop over to
I'll pop
to the
over
stage?
and you better listen carefully then.
Kylie Minogue on Going Live, the brand new song. This is it, and listen carefully if you're thinking of entering the competition. Kylie, off you go.
Non-stop dancing the bus stop to the funky music. Hustle, bumping the muscle, playing on the boogie. Remember the old days. Remember the old days. Walking in rhythm. Life was for living. We can't find music to get down and boogie. All you can do is step back in time. Fall out confusion when nothing is doing. There's nothing doing. Step back in time. Keep on trucking along, riding on the love train, and then we get going on. You'll never go wrong. When you can't find the music to get down and boogie, all you can do is step back in time. Fall out confusion when nothing is doing. There's nothing doing. Step back in time. Step back in time. Remember the old days. Remember the old days. Walking in rhythm. Life was for living. When you can't find the music to get down and boogie, all you can do is step back in time. Fall out confusion when nothing is doing. There's nothing doing. Step back in time. When you can't find the music to get down and boogie, all you can do is step back in time. Fall out confusion when nothing is doing. There's nothing doing. Step back in time. When you can't find the music to get down.
Step back in time, Kylie. Thank you very much indeed. That was just fabulous. Address for Kylie competition in the Radio Times. Next week, Danny McCall, the great Owen from Brookside.
And we have Noel in a nice jumper and Les Dawson.
Yes, also her first heat of stage 1 and Breed live in the studio.
Jackie Brambles is with us for a sound check.
And don't forget the Ozone on BBC 2. See you next week.
Bye.
Ta-da.